Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And what are you doing today?
Today I spend my time for learn English also. That
Ah, good. Uh, and what time is it in Vietnam?
right now is 7:47 p.m.
7:47.
Mhm.
And did you work today?
No, I just learn English for today.
Ah,
Mhm.
okay. Um, and what are you studying in English at the moment?
I
Are
read.
you reading something
Yeah, I'm
or
reading and I'm just reading and listen audio.
yeah?
Mm, and
And what were you reading?
I read some conversation about some topic about social. Mhm.
Uh-huh. And what is the last audio you listened to?
I listen about the order in restaurants.
Ah,
Mhm.
okay. And where do you find the audio?
My teachers, he gave me the audio and listen
Mm.
and read follow them.
Okay. And where is your teacher from?
My teacher from Vietnam,
Ah, okay. Yeah.
and but yes, he good at in English also.
Mm,
Mhm.
that's good. And where did he learn English? Did he learn it in Vietnam or did he live in another country?
Uh, he learned in I don't know, but I think he learned in Vietnam and he had time study in Australia.
In
Mm,
Australia.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. And what did you do last night?
Mm. Last night I also I learned English. I continue to
Mm.
learn English. And yesterday I'm waiting for you to speak with you, but I didn't see you. Mhm.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think yesterday I was very busy. I forget. I must
uh,
have been I must have been very busy. I don't know. But um so how many hours do you spend in English every day?
Maybe 9 or 10 for learning English.
Ah,
It's
okay.
a lot.
So it's very important to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. English is really important to me. I had to speak. I had to achieve it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what will you do? Why would you like to learn English?
Uh, I want to communicate with mm, another people and make more friends.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So
Mm, pardon?
I have some problem with the intonation
Ah.
intonation about
Mhm.
up and down.
Yeah.
Today, my teacher taught me you had to improve it if you want to speak English fluently.
Yeah. Okay. The intonation.
Yeah, intonation.
Um, yeah. The intonation. Because I think, yeah, the intonation will follow the pronunciation,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
The intonation. Okay, well, let's do this then for the intonation. Uh, what kind of text do you like to read?
Uh, Maybe the conversation about like ordering food, about travel or something about sport. Hmm.
Something about what? Sorry?
Sport.
Sports.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay. Because I think we could practice uh, a little reading to correct your intonation.
Hmm.
Um, The
I read.
thing, the thing that I think it also is this, that if you practice, if you have audios, perhaps you already do this. You listen to the audio and you just repeat
Yeah,
what the person is saying.
yeah. I also do it. Like
Hmm.
they read and I repeat on both of them.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Because it's a thing that it really takes repetition.
Mm-hmm.
When you listen to the audio, you repeat. It's not like a grammar or vocabulary that you can learn really fast.
Yeah.
Intonation, it's like for me, probably I told you before, I live in France.
Mm-hmm.
So to learn the French way of saying something, I know the words, I know the grammar, but still I sound like I come from Canada because, you have to get that intonation, the way they say it. And sometimes I think, oh, I'm improving, like I'm making progress.
Yeah.
And then other times I think, oh, I really sound like a foreigner when I speak French. Takes a long time,
Yeah. It
right?
takes a long time.
So here's another thing you can do if you repeat audio is to repeat not just a cassette where an audio where they teach you a phrase, like I would like a hamburger, please. Not
Yeah.
like that, but also if you go to the BBC, for example, and you can download audio from the BBC, which is very good.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a lot
Yeah.
of
I have a
podcasts.
lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you ever go to the BBC?
Yeah. I also learn
Ah,
listening from
mm,
BBC. Listening to
good.
BBC.
It's a good place to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but of course, it's a different accent from
Mm, yeah.
mine. I have the North American accent, and BBC is the British accent, English accent.
Yeah.
Um, but you can listen to a real conversation, an interview,
Yeah.
so that it is natural. It's not only a person saying the news, because they speak a certain way, the
Mm-hmm.
people who say the news. So that's just another idea.
Mm,
You can go also, there are other websites, American websites, if you prefer an American accent, you know, then or Australian.
mm-hmm.
The idea is just when they say a sentence, you pause the audio and you repeat
Yeah.
the sentence. So that would really help your intonation a lot to do
Yeah.
that,
I hope so.
to
Yeah,
imitate
but
them.
it takes a long time to
It
improve.
does. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work.
It's a lot of.
And yeah,
Mm,
and when I listening from the BBC and in this website have a lot of new vocabulary and yeah, I also learn a lot
mm.
of from this website.
How long have you been studying English?
Uh, Actually, I just studied from last month.
Yeah. Last
Uh,
month.
yeah, I quit my job and spend more time for learning English. Only
Mm,
English. Hmm.
okay. Because if you've only been studying for 1 month, then where did you start? I mean, at what level was your English?
I think my level in basic English
Yeah.
is that in basic. Hmm.
uh, okay. Because it's very good now. Your English is good. It's just to practice more and more,
Yeah,
and like your teacher said,
yeah,
the intonation. the pronunciation.
yeah.
But your English is good for 1 month.
Hmm.
I think you made a
But
lot of progress.
before that time, I just now a little bit. I just learn vocabulary and that's it. And I don't learn how to use it. Uh,
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
has make me have a lot of like dead word.
Right,
hmm
right.
And when I meet my teacher and he helped me a lot and helped me like make me my pronunciation be better and mm,
So
how
your
to learn
sister,
vocabulary.
your sister.
No, my teacher.
Oh, your teacher.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I have the same in French. I learn a lot of vocabulary but I know from my experience that in the beginning, because I have lived in France for more than 20 years.
hmm
So when I first started to learn French, we did not have the internet to help me, and it was hard. So I learned the vocabulary, and I had a big vocabulary, but I
Yeah.
couldn't use it. I didn't know how to use this
Yeah,
big
yeah, me
vocabulary.
too.
But what I understand now is that's okay.
Mm,
The important thing is the vocabulary. You have the vocabulary,
mm,
and you will learn to use it
yeah,
over time. You will learn to use the vocabulary.
yeah.
So,
I
so you'll
have
be good. You'll be fine.
yeah, I have to learn how to use it because
Mm,
I can hear the foreigner talk to me. I can hear everything they talk to me, but I cannot talk to them. Like I cannot have use
yeah.
my vocabulary to put in
Right.
full
Right.
sentences.
Right. But that is something that can improve, because some people they can talk,
hmm
but it's hard for them to understand, to listen. That's hard.
hmm
So if it's okay for you to listen to English, that's the hard part.
hmm
So you have the easier part to improve. And the reason I say it's easier is because it just takes practice. That's all.
Yeah,
It only takes
yeah.
practice.
But
So,
sometimes
mhm,
they talk really fast and
yeah,
I cannot hear everything.
right, right.
Yeah.
But that is also practice.
hmm
The more you listen, the f- the faster they can speak. When I started to learn French, I would take an audio and play it
Yeah.
really slow, like they are talking like this, at the beginning.
Yeah. At the
And
beginning.
then I could have it a little faster and a little faster. So now, if I listen to the radio, French radio, I can understand,
hmm
right? So
Yeah.
it's good for you, it just practice. I'm sure
Yeah.
you can do it,
Just
I'm sure.
practice.
Yeah. And how old is your
Uh,
teacher?
my teacher is the same all with me.
The same age?
He's 25. He's 25.
25.
20, yeah,
Uh,
25.
and what when you learn English, will you try to get a job using English?
Yeah, I will find some like environment for just speaking English. So
Yeah.
I will find the environment just for English.
Uh,
Maybe Philippines or
ah.
another country.
Hmm.
hmm
You know, I don't know if we talked about this before, but they have a, a program. They have a program
Yeah,
that you can do.
yeah. Can go to Israel, Australia.
Yeah. Did we
Yes.
talk about that
Yeah, we talk
already?
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they have this program. You can go to Canada. You can go to I think the United States to England, Ireland, I think,
Mhm.
Australia, and New Zealand, these English speaking countries, and you work for 1 year. Maybe we talked about that. And you have a job, you work in a pub, like a bar, or you work in a hotel. But it's a good opportunity
Yeah,
to learn
learn
English, huh?
English. Mhm.
Yeah. But do you think would you have a job, a career
Mhm.
where you speak English? I mean, like, is that interesting for you to work, for example, in international relations or international business, something where you have to speak English? Is
Yeah,
that interesting for you for your career?
yeah. Yeah. I want to like like make business outside my country.
Mm-hmm.
I used to sell mango, and
Mangoes.
yeah, and I just sell it in my country. So I want to improve my English, and I
Mm.
to find a chance to sell it to another country.
Yeah. So would you like to live in Vietnam and export mangoes?
Yeah,
Or
export mango.
would you like to live in a country like Canada and import
Mm, maybe I would like to choose in Vietnam to
to export?
import my
Mm.
fruit.
And how did you sell the mangoes before?
I we are teams that 5 people, and one person will like provide provide, provide us mango, and I and my friend will find another store like fresh store to sell
Yeah.
my mango.
Mm.
And we sell horn of my country like
Hmm.
Hanoi, Da Nang city, and Ho Chi Minh city.
Mm. And is that the job that you quit in order to learn English?
Yes, I quit
Ah,
this job to learn English.
right. And so would you when you improve your English, would you go back to work with the same company?
Mm,
Or
uh,
would you start
I used to
your own?
I used to think about it, and maybe in the future, if I have more knowledge about agriculture and my
Mhm.
English is better, and yeah, maybe I come back to this company.
Mhm. And how would you find your customers if you want to export mangoes?
Mm.
How would you find your customers?
I still learn about that, and my boss, he have some friend can do it, and he needs some people can good at in English, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Ah, and so you worked for another person before
yeah,
you had a
yeah,
boss?
yeah. I
Hmm.
work for another
Yeah,
person.
yeah. Does and your boss that so that's his company?
Yes,
Your boss?
we are startup.
Mm,
We are startup, and just more than 5 people.
right.
It's just
But
small company,
right.
and
But he was the boss. It was
yeah,
his company?
he was my boss. He
Right.
was my boss.
Right. But the owner, there was only one owner?
Yes, he also is honor.
Mm. But does he export, your boss?
Yes. Hmm.
Mm. And where does he export to? Which countries?
Japan,
Where?
Japan,
Japan?
Japanese. Yeah, Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, so yeah,
Japan.
Japan, Japan.
Mm. Okay. That's interesting.
Hmm.
All
Yeah.
right. Um, is there something else that you would export?
The first time we just export mango, we want to do it bad, do it good before we think about another food.
Mm-hmm.
So that right now we just sell mango. Mhm.
Mm. Okay. Is what are the important fruits that Vietnam exports? So they export mangoes.
I
Is there
think
another thing that's
the
important?
important is quality,
Yeah,
quality. You had
quality.
to yeah, like no more chemical, no chemical.
Mm,
Yeah, I think the quality is really important.
mm.
Yes.
Is there a lot of competition?
Sorry, competition like
Hmm.
yeah, I know competition.
Right?
Yes, we have a lot like but yeah, we also have competition.
Hmm.
Com- competition, sorry,
Uh,
competition. Mhm.
and is it so with the competition, is it hard to sell mangoes? Is it difficult to sell?
Yeah, sometimes we like uh I don't know how to say, but like sometimes you had to fight. Sorry, I cannot talk about it
No,
because
it's okay. That's all right.
hmm,
It doesn't matter.
because
Um,
I don't know how to talk about that. Like you like they I find we we had store to sell mango.
uh-huh,
No, we provide this store to sell mango. We
uh-huh.
provide for this store, and they also provide mango for them. So we have
Ah,
competition about it. But I
yeah.
think quality is really important
Mhm.
to us. Like make
And what about the price of the
uh,
mangoes? Is that very important?
rice, like
The
uh,
the
price,
price
yeah, price, and
price.
yeah, actually, it's really expensive for I think in my country is it really expensive, but
Mhm.
like you and I try to mm, yeah, it's actually it's really expensive and like but it's no chemical, it's fresh
Uh-huh.
and
Right.
the reason why it's really
Mm.
expensive.
So what is important for the mangoes? What is more important for your product? Is it the price or the quality
I
or
think
both?
quality
Quality is more
because
important. Mm.
yeah, if your quality stable, uh,
Hmm.
yeah, you can sell more mango if you have good
Okay.
quality.
And how do you deliver the products to your
Uh,
customer?
we will we hire the like delivery man
Uh-huh.
and yeah he take
So is it delivered by truck? Is it delivered by
uh,
the moped?
we will delete mm, can uh, mm, we will take it to Ho Chi Minh City by truck and then
Uh-huh.
we will deliver it by motorbike. You know, in
Mm,
my country, a lot of motorbike, like
right.
scooter. No, it's scooter, not motorbike.
Uh-huh. Scooter. Ah,
Hmm.
okay. Mm. Um, all right. And how long did you do that? The working with the that business?
Around 6 months.
6 months.
Six
Mm,
months.
yeah.
Yeah, when I
And
come back my country and I got this job.
mhm, yeah. So when you got back, you were in Israel, right?
Yeah, yeah. When I
You
got
were
back.
in Israel. So when you
Mhm.
came back from Israel, um, and working in that business, did that teach you something? Did it teach you something about business?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, my boss, he is smart guy. He really
Mhm.
smart, and he always show me how to how to business, how to put your store, how to introduce your product.
So, how to do business?
Yeah, how to do business. He
How to
helped me
do
a lot.
business? Mm-hmm. Mm. Um, and how old is your boss?
He's 30 years old.
30.
Yeah, 30, more 30
And
age.
how long has he been doing that, selling the mangoes?
Around 2 years. He's
2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before selling mango, he worked in big company, and yeah, he has high salary, but
Yeah.
he want to come back his his hometown to have
Mm-hmm.
the people, local people, to help them sell mango. Mm.
Uh-huh.
That he's a good guy.
Hmm. Ah, okay. All right. Um, yeah. And did you take any training in business before?
Mm, no, I don't have any. I actually my major is biotechnology, so I
Right.
don't have any knowledge about business. And he showed me everything about like how to do that, how to introduce your product, and
Mm-hmm.
how to talk to your customer.
Right.
Mm.
Right. Right. But when you get out, when you want to export your mangoes, would you be a competitor
Yeah,
for your boss?
maybe I will come back his company to help him to do more. Like
Uh-huh.
my country is the good have good weather for agriculture.
Uh-huh.
For we have lots of fruit like mango, durian, and yeah, we have a lot of, but we don't know how to sell it. Like
Mm-hmm.
we don't have any brand name, famous brand name in the world. So
Mm.
I want to do something to like make it better.
Uh,
Uh,
so you would like to develop a brand,
yes.
to create a brand
Mhm.
and make it
Yeah,
famous.
in my country, some farmer they just know how to grow it, and they don't know how to they don't know how to sell it,
Mm-hmm.
and and some people they buy the product from them and sell it again. You know, you got
Mm-hmm.
me? And they buy it for slow price, slow price. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Slow.
Huh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
No,
That
no,
is
no.
interesting.
Uh, they buy it. They bought it for slow price.
For a low price.
Yeah.
So they buy it for a low price,
And
right?
yeah,
So they buy it for a low price
slow
and
price
then sell it
for the highest for
for a
high.
higher price.
And I don't want to. I want to have the farmer in my hometown, so I want make it better. Like buy it for the high price.
Right,
Mm.
right, right. Okay. That is interesting. So do you think that there are any brands in the world, a global brand that comes
Mm.
from Vietnam? What what would
Global.
I know? Like for example, in Korea, I think, right? They have Samsung is Korean, no?
Mm-hmm.
And also they have a car, Hyundai, I
Mm-hmm.
think comes from Korea,
Yeah,
no?
I think my famous brand name from my country is Trung Nguyên. You know,
Yeah.
Trung Nguyên. They make coffee.
Oh, okay.
And Green Group. Mm-hmm. This famous, maybe the biggest company in my country, like Green Group.
Mm, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what are there products in Vietnam that could be successful in the world? Um,
Um,
like, are there things that you think in Vietnam that they make really well, like good quality, like you said about the mangoes?
I think
Are there
I think agriculture.
something with
Agriculture.
agriculture?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay. Uh, and what would be the best way? Do what would be
Best
the
way
best
for.
way? The best way to sell those products, agricultural products, so to
Mm,
create an important brand in the world.
uh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I had to learn more about that.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a I think it's a big there's a big opportunity if you think that Vietnam produces some products that are good quality,
Mm-hmm.
but they are not well known because then only the only difficulty is the marketing
Yeah.
because you already have the products and they're good quality, but in the world we don't know they
Yeah.
exist. So your job is to tell the world that these products exist and they're very good quality.
Mm-hmm.
So buy them, you know. So you have to tell the world these exist. They're really good
Yeah.
and you should buy them because they're really good, right?
Yeah.
Because
But
I think
I had to learn how to. I had to learn about it.
yeah,
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 I
yeah.
have a lot of things to learn. So
Mm.
yeah, but
Well, maybe your boss knows those things, and those are also things that we can talk about those things, right?
mm-hmm.
Because I teach business English, but I also teach more. It's business English, but it's also business skills,
Wow.
right? Because I have an MBA, and I probably told you I have a master's degree in business. I have an
No.
MBA and I have a lot of experience in business. I worked in banking, the pharmaceutical industry. So, we can talk about marketing, we can talk about finance.
Yeah.
Maybe it gives you some ideas, right? But yeah, it sounds to me that like there's a good opportunity for you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? It's just to find the way to do it. But it's true. We don't, I mean, there must be something that they do in Vietnam that we would buy, that in Canada we would buy it, but we don't know it. We don't know it exists. Hello? Hello, hello? Hello, hello? Hey, Bravo. Did you get your hot dogs? No? Oh, yep. Yeah, I just cooked them and then this guy telephoned, so I didn't have time to tell you. Sorry about that. Oh, I wonder if Brian got his either. I guess seems to be frozen now. Yeah, there's some hot dogs there for you. Okay? Hot dogs and then we use all this fruit and all that kind of stuff. Yeah? There's a bit of cake, things like that. What time is it? Hello?